Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back with me, Nurul Kiswiti Zaini. And for today's activity 9, informative speech main idea, I would like to talk about the cause and effect of teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy refers to female adolescents becoming pregnant between the ages of 13 to 19. These young females have not yet reached adulthood, and the causes of teenage pregnancy vary greatly. Teenage pregnancy may be linked to things such as lack of education and information about reproduction, the peer pressure, and early engagement of sexual activity. Although some teenage pregnancies are intentional, the majority of them are unintentional and led to many negative outcomes for the teenage mother, the child, as well as other family and peers. Teenage mothers generally do not have the resources to care for a child, and often they are not able to sustain healthy habits throughout pregnancy to ensure they produce a healthy baby. These young females often do not complete their education, and they begin a perpetual cycle in which their child may further go on to become a teenage parent as well. In some cultures, custom and tradition lead to early marriage, which would therefore lead to early pregnancy. In these cases, pregnancy is acceptable and is most often intentional. However, they are occurring in developing countries such as India and sub-Saharan Africa. In developed countries, however, teenage pregnancy is most often unintentional and due to a variety of different reasons. First and foremost, the peer pressure and sexual abuse. Peer pressure is another major cause of sexual abuse. Often, females may be pressured or forced by an older male partner to engage in sexual activity. These young females, out of fear, may feel forced to engage in unprotected sex without a choice. Peer pressure may also be prevalent in a different form, while in relationship adolescents may be pressured by their partner to have unsafe and unprotected sex in order to express their love and true feelings for their partner. The partner may manipulate the other to have an unprotected sex, which leads to unintended pregnancy. Sexual abuse is also another reasons why teens may become pregnant. Early sexual abuse has been linked to later teen pregnancy. Some children have unfortunately been sexually abused by predators or even family even prior to entering puberty. These young kids often are unable to inform a trusted adult about the situation due to fear of being harmed by their predator. This situation further affects the child as they enter adolescence and increase the chances of teen pregnancy. Next up, the media influence. The media has a large effect on teen pregnancy, especially shows such as Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant. These shows often glamorize pregnancy and hide the true hardship associated with pregnancy, which encourages these teens to become pregnant. Some teenage females become pregnant just so they are able to drop out of high school or to force their partners into a deeper commitment. Rebellion is also another reason why some teens will become pregnant. In order to show their independence and deem themselves as having more control over their lives, a teen may decide to have a child. This television glorify the idea of having a child through the promotion of this teenager having a more adult lifestyle with more responsibility and decision-making power. For the effects of teenage pregnancy, I would like to focus on the child. The child of a teen mother is very likely to live in poverty because of its mother lacks of financial resources. Essentially, the birth of this child becomes the beginning of a perpetual cycle in many cases. The child is likely to endure many of the same issue its mother did in her childhood. For instance, the child is likely to grow up in poverty and in very poor conditions. They are likely to be missing a father figure, leaving them with fewer role models and increased chances of confiding in other children in the same situation. The children's academic success is also further compromised, and these children do not strive to achieve much academically. Furthermore, these kids have social problems and are unable to make friends very easily, which leads to poor relationship development, which is a crucial stage in adolescence. Poor relationship development can be linked to the child being deprived academically as well as educationally. The children are likely to drop out of high school and also succumb to the use of drugs and alcohol due to the lack of parental involvement and monitoring. The cycle is very likely to repeat itself over and over again. The children are often also likely to suffer health risks in comparison to those born to adults. They are likely to be cognitively impaired and also susceptible to behavioral issues. The children are likely to be born underweight and prematurely, which is detrimental to their health and may even result in infant mortality. From a young age, it is important that young children and adolescents have a reliable and trustworthy adult to confide in. Having an approachable and knowledgeable role model or adult in your life will greatly decrease the chances of teen pregnancy. Parents often neglect explaining the anatomy of the body to their children. However, providing this information and educating children during their youth is an extremely important protective factor against the teen pregnancy. Children need to grow up having a positive self image as well as a healthy environment to grow up in. Children need unconditional love and support from the parents, as it is critical in ensuring the child makes better choices about their future sexual activities. Having love from one's parents ensures that these adolescents are not left feeling unwanted from parents who are very passive and uninvolved. Open communication and time spent with children is a protective factor against teen pregnancy. Also, the children and teens should be able to approach their parents and ask for their time whenever in need. Developing a strong relationship between the child and parents is critical. These children are more likely to use birth control or other contraceptive and makes a better decision in regards to sexual behavior. So that's all from me. Thank you.